It's Mo Keith time.
It's the Mo Keith Time show.
It's a good day in the neighborhood. It's getting cold where we are.
It's warmer here than it is where I'm at. Because in Saco, it's like frigid, man.
It's frigid in Saco.
Cold because that sea air.
We're coming at you with the weather already.
You ever been to Funtown?
Ever been to Funtown?
I have.
Yeah, we're just excited to be back with our fans, our many listeners that are enjoying this podcast.
Dude, we're improving. We have commenters. People are commenting.
We have people commenting. People comment.
Most of them are your friends.
I have some friends that comment, and then we have some randos that comment.
Actually, guess what?
What?
I have somebody who wants to be on the show.
Nice. Perfect.
They
must not watch or listen because can tell because they would.
But they support the clips. You support the clips on Facebook. They're a Facebook listener.
They're pro clip. Yeah, we're trying to let you short listeners have the clips that you really want to have. So we're giving them to you.
No, for real though. My barber in Portland. His name's G. Jawani, is Jawani Styles, and he like commented, he's like, "Yo Mo, you got to get me on this podcast. I got to be on there to speak the truth." And dude, it would be hilarious to have him on, dude. He's crazy. He's a business owner.
Yeah.
He's a husband. He has 2 kids, and he is a really cool dude. I think he just started a construction business too. Dude, his OnlyFans would crush.
Yeah.
It would crush.
It'd just be him doing cool styles.
He'd be cutting hair. It'd just be him cutting hair.
Yeah.
But no,
only fades.
Only fades. That's a good one. You know what fades are.
Come on, I've been around.
You've been around town. I think the coolest story I got hit with him is I was getting my hair cut, and I think this was it was during the pandemic, the height of the pandemic in 2020, and like the summer where you could start going out to places a little bit.
Yeah.
And a writer for the Phoenix Sun came in, and she had why did I say Phoenix Sun?
Doesn't matter.
It's the Portland Sun or whatever, one of the Suns.
The son of a Portland.
Son of the Portland. One of the newspapers came out, and they have a photo of me getting my hair cut, and like the back of my head's kind of misshapen, so like they got a really good side box cut of me. And he was cutting my hair, and she was like, "Can I come in? I just want to talk to you guys about BLM." It's this like quirky white girl from Maine.
Yeah.
I think we were like the first black people she ever met. Very nice person. Came in and she's just like, "Can we talk to you? We want to talk about the BLM protests and how you feel." Because I think these were just a couple of days before the protests. And then G, without even looking at her, because he's just cutting my hair, he's like, "What do you want me to say?" That's the first thing he says to her.
Yeah, let me just load up my whatever you want me to put it. Just write it down, and I'll say that for you.
And then she's like, "Well, you know, I know." She walked right in. She didn't give anyone notice. She was just like, "I'm gonna go to one of the only black barbershops in Portland and ask black people what they think."
How dare she?
I thought it was hilarious. And then she walks out, and then G's like, "What do you want me to say?" And she's like, "You can say whatever you want." And he's like, "What do you want me to say though?" Because G's like out there, like he's like fake news, like he's a cool dude. But
he's like, "Oh, this is a no-name reporter. Oh, let's pump the fake news up. Let's make sure that this is coming out nice and fake for everybody."
He's like, "Do you want my real opinion, or do you want my?" Because she was like, "What do you think of the business owners?" I don't even remember what he said, but I think at the end she was just like unsure how to deal with the comment. But I think it was about, she wanted a soundbite about I think she wanted us to call business owners in downtown Portland like racist.
Sick.
For boarding up their businesses, which if I owned a business in downtown Portland and I knew 1,000 people were going to protest, I'd board up my business too, to be honest. Like, I don't think I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But
I could see that. I mean, I didn't realize that was going to be an issue in Portland, but I guess they could see what was going on in other places, and they were like, all right, maybe we want to board up just in case.
Yeah, I just think people were scared for like, really. I was at the protests. Actually, there's a photo of me in one of their newspapers of me on the ground in front of the police station because I went to the I was angry. I'm still mad, but like it was peaceful. I wouldn't bring my kid there. People did bring their kids there. People brought their whole families there. It was the most Portland thing ever. It was like a bunch of white people with their kids, like with picnic baskets, just like we're here to stand for the blacks in Maine.
Yeah. That was a big thing downtown, man. There was a lot of people marching around.
Thousands,
A lot of folks.
It's crazy.
A lot of, no craziness ended up happening though, right?
There was a little bit of stuff. I think one officer shoved a protester. Someone got pepper sprayed later on, but that was like after the main part of the protest. Like I got home and was I heard about it in the news. Like there were a few incidents, but I don't know. That's the thing about living in a democracy, though. I think we're the only modern democracy right now that's like kind of scared of that stuff. And in France, like they lowered the freaking retirement age. They increased the retirement age by 2 years, and they're like mass protests destroying businesses.
I know. They're like, give us your croissants now.
I want to enjoy.
Who wants the croissants?
But that's a part of living in a democracy, man. There has to be some stone throwing, some crazy shit.
Stones.
Obviously you don't ransack the Capitol and go through Nancy Pelosi's drawers, but you do maybe protest outside of that place, and
maybe
you write a senator or two, but
yeah, I'm glad. I always wondered, like, why did they stop? What caused it to stop the protesting? Did people just get bored?
It was a demonstration, so they were there for a purpose. They did demonstrations. They're trained. Actually, what happened were people flew out from like other parts of the state, other parts of the country who are more used to formal protests like this, and you train people how to protest and how to protest nonviolently and effectively. There are great books about it, but in particular, the Freedom Riders were really good about this, because I think we look at like African American history and the civil rights movement in this lens of like, oh, these people magically got together and then magically we got the Civil Rights Bill and passed and yada yada, Million Man March. But there was a considerable amount of logistical challenges these people had to overcome.
Yeah.
And it created leaders who were incredibly intelligent, who made methodologies, and people had to be trained. Like it was like training for a job to be a real protester, like how to not let people get to you, how to group up and stay together and be safe. And they had people basically lead us through acts of disobedience. Like not like we all got on the ground with our hands behind our legs saying we couldn't breathe. We did all the things to demonstrate unity. And I think that stuff is important.
For sure.
But you're not going to camp out and be there for a long period of time. It depends on the protests. Like,
I know.
Some protests you do camp out. Like I had dated a girl who went out and pitched a tent in front of City Hall against homelessness. And it was funny. She quit after a couple hours, though. She came over to my place.
It's rough.
She gave up real quick. But
I know what it's like to protest. I went to this pizza place, Monty's Pizza, and recently got a good review by Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports. They got good pizza there. But I had to protest because one time I was in there, the owner said some disparaging things about short folks, and so I just stopped going there. For a while, I protested peacefully for about 6 months, and then eventually someone was like, do you want to go to Monty's and get some food? And I was like, I guess so. So, yeah, that was my protest.
I don't really understand you people sometimes.
I know.
Like, you short folks, y'all just get mad so quick.
We have to. We have to let people know how we feel.
Is it like a building boundaries thing where it's like you're so used to your boundaries being broken?
Get it. I think black people get mad pretty quick too, right?
Yeah, not as mad as short people.
You think
short
so?
Black people,
really?
They get so mad.
Yeah,
they get hot.
Do they?
Kevin Hart probably loses his shit.
Does K Hart go crazy?
K Hart, that's why he lifts so hard.
Yeah. Because
he's just like, ugh.
I know.
I'm short and black. How bad can this be?
I know. It's brutal, man. It's brutal. You gotta. I mean,
I don't really understand. All jokes aside, I don't really understand being angry about being short. We talked about this before, but I would freaking love to be short. It's like a little.
Yeah.
You can fit in places. Like
that's right.
We've talked about this in depth.
That's right. That is the key to life, is being able to fit in places, Mo. That's just what most people would love to have.
I would love to just be carried, no one can pick me up like a baby right now in my life.
There's probably a couple people out there who could pick you up.
But I don't even when I want to pick me up,
Yeah, or a couple people to combine to pick
also,
you up.
when they pick me up, it's not going to be like, like my legs up in the air and I'm cradled. It's going to be like they're going to do the best they can to wrap their arms around my stomach and like lift with their legs and they're going to go lift me up and then put me down real quick.
I guess what I want to know is, how many dwarves would it take to lift a Mo?
Like if we were on like what's it called again? What's that thing that kids play on?
A teeter-totter?
If we're on a teeter-totter and I'm on like one side of the teeter-totter, how many dwarves it would take?
How many dwarves do you need to get on? No, I'm talking about how many do you need sheer force to lift one Mo?
Like crowd surf?
Like maybe they could put you on like one of those like canvas tarp things.
I'm really gonna make you work for this premise.
And they roll you on there, and then there's like, maybe they got some ropes.
Are we talking magical dwarves? We're talking about like D&D dwarves?
No, we're talking about Wee Man. I'm talking Peter Dinklage.
I would kill both of them. I would just
but you get more.
Them.
You get more than just those two.
I think we should go by Dinklages because
how many
as a
Dinklages
measurement
to lift a Mo?
Let's ask the viewers. Give us how many Dinklages do you think it would take? I think 100. I think 100.
You think 100 Dinklages?
Yes,
that's way too.
And
many
they would
Dinklages.
have to be in geometric shapes that would be able to hold the weight, like not a single, like little triangles formed together. They would have to, like, have you ever had to build a bridge with, like, toothpicks and like marshmallows?
Popsicle stick? Oh, okay, yeah, toothpicks. Gotcha. Yep.
So like that's how they would have to like be in a good shape there for that, and then like it would take like 12 Triforces of Dinklages. Dinkly. It would take.
It would need 12 Dinklage to lift a Mo.
And they would all have to fuse. I feel like, realistically, probably 20 Dinklages can handle me.
Yeah, I think that's, I'd say 10 to 20. There's probably a good zone in there that could get a Mo off the ground moving around.
I think the hardest part wouldn't be the getting me up there and moving. It would be like, how long could they keep me up?
Yeah.
And also, how they're going to land me. Because I could totally see them dropping me.
Oh, they're just going to, like those big guys on the World's Strongest Man competitions with the huge, the barbells, and they just drop them after. That's what they're going to do with you. As soon as they're done, they're going to drop them, and they're going to grunt like they do. They don't allow in Planet Fitness.
They're going to dump me on the ground.
You're going to get lunk alarmed, man.
Lunk alarmed. Someone going to get lunk alarmed.
You're going to get lunk. Dude, Pete, all those Dinklages are going to get lunk alarmed. They're going to throw them all out. There's going to be like one guy that puts a bunch of them on his shoulder, and you're going to shuffle you out of Planet Fitness so fast. You're not going to know what hit you, man.
Dude, I swear to God, if somebody got kicked out of Planet Fitness
because
of being a lunk, you deserve to get kicked out. Like, Planet Fitness is, I believe, there are no rules. It's a bad land. It's a bad land where people just do whatever the fuck they want.
I've heard it's like a myth that the alarm doesn't like go off, but then you've seen the clips of it going off. But I think someone has to be aware of what's going on. There's nothing that like they haven't. It would be wild and preposterous for there to be an alarm system set up in a gymnasium that just like tuned to hearing people grunting too loud, and then or people dropping weights.
I wonder, are the employees at Planet Fitness just begging for like a lunk to show up so they could hit the alarm, emergency lunk alarm?
No, I would. I mean, if that's the funniest thing ever, like I'd be setting that lunk alarm off all day. I might get a job at Planet Fitness just so I can. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to work for you guys. They're like, what's your experience? You're like, I seen a commercial. I've been in the weights department and it's at Dick's Sporting Goods. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And like, well, you're hired. And I'm like, great. And then my first question is, where's the lunk alarm? I need to know what, because that's, you guys use that a lot, right? And they're gonna be like, we use it. You're gonna get to that lunk alarm. It's gonna be either pristine and dusty because no one touches it, or that lunk alarm is gonna be like worn away. You know, it's gonna be worn away like the crossing button, like a crosswalk button. You know.
I wonder if in the interview they're just like, I bet they discriminate against fat people who want to work there.
You think so?
Right, they have to, right? Because like, who wants to go into the gym? Or maybe it would be a motivator.
No.
Like, you go to the gym and you see me, and you're like, I gotta fix my life, and I just hang out near the pizzas and I throw the crust at you while you run.
Should I call Planet Fitness and ask if they hire overweight people?
I think that would be funny. You should do it. You should
Okay,
do it.
I'm gonna call.
Okay.
So, have you ever gotten a job like?
I love how your screensaver's your little baby girl.
That's
Near the
not
water.
important, but have you ever had a job for like less than a couple months that you just quit?
No. My first job, I think I told the story of like the first job I ever had. I got fired, but my job after that was with Hannaford. I worked with them for 5 years, and I quit to go work for a bank for another like 2 years or a year and a half, and then I work where I work now. So, you know, one experience I wish I had was having a shitty job that I quit in a dramatic way, because I never got that opportunity to call someone a douchebag and quit. Like, I've always had like peaceful transitions to other roles, like, hey, we'll gladly have you back. Like, I've never had anybody be like, fuck you. Like, I did have a fantasy a long time ago of getting a job, working it for like a couple months, like moonlighting, like the weekends, and then like at the slightest inconvenience, like lose my shit and be like, fuck yeah, I quit.
Do you want to rage quit a job?
I do. I want to throw shit. No, I don't want to go to jail, but I definitely want to yell and call someone like a douche or something, you know? Yeah, douche canoe.
I don't think I've never rage quit a job, but I have rage left for the day at a job before.
Ooh, why?
There was, oh god, this guy threatened me
Oh,
in front of like one of the highest up people in the company. Like, threatened violence upon me, and then kind of lunged at me a little bit. And like, luckily this guy was in between us, but I was just still kind of like, what do you, like, you know, there was a lot of yelling, a lot of curse words being tossed around, and I was like, you know, I'm going home, getting out of here. This guy's gotta go. I'm like, just like, you gotta fire this guy. He's insane. He like,
what did you say to him? Because Keith, I love you. I know, I really do. I just know that you know how to get under people's skin sometimes. Like, I'm sure you said,
oh, that
did
lit
you
him
like
off?
piss him off, or is he just like no reason?
I was doing my job. I was doing my, which I was calling out an issue that he was having.
Jeez.
It's like he was the head of the department that had an issue, and I'm like, you got to get this figured out. I was like, this is your problem, and he got really mad, and that's how it would happen.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was insane, and
nobody should threaten physical violence against you, man.
Right, and that guy kept his job. That guy kept his job.
What's his name? Let's kick his ass.
I can't.
Podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm kidding. That's awful. And he kept his job?
Yeah, I can't believe he kept his job.
What did your boss say?
It was, it's not even, it's just like, I was like, this guy just needs to apologize for what he did and like has to like thoroughly mean, like, I don't want like a fake, like, oh yeah, whatever apology. Like, I'm going to know that it's a bullshit I need like real, like sincere, like you were like I was out of line, shouldn't have done that. That was really messed up. I need that, and I barely got it. And he was even fighting to give it because he's like, I'm over it. I don't know why this is an issue. I'm like, because I didn't threaten to do something to you like that. You are the you're the perpetrator in this issue. Like, obviously you're over it, So, anyway.
No, that's awful, dude.
But
that's like legit. That is something that I'm thankful I've never really had. Like, when I was 15, someone threatened to beat me up, like, at Hannaford because I wouldn't sell them, like, liquor. And, like, my manager, like, threatened to beat his ass outside, and they, like, had a fight until the police came. But I've never had, like, he was more mad at Hannaford than he was at me. But, like, to have somebody, like, get in your face that you work with, and that's, like, the betrayal. Because you work with that person. Like, customers act like they act. Like, they're not involved in the situation. Like, they or whatever. But when someone is on the same team as you and you're, like, helping them, and they're like that, that's just, to me, that's a whole nother level of, like, betrayal and anger. Like, I would get so much, I'd be so much angrier.
And I was cool with that guy up until that happened. We were like, we would always shoot the shit and stuff, and we were cool. And then after that happened, like, never talked to him other than a couple words, like, just having to do work related stuff. Never.
And your boss didn't,
dude. It's insane, and there's no reason even thinking about it because it's just gonna drive me nuts.
I would have wanted a written apology.
Maybe I'll go get one now.
Well, no, it doesn't matter.
6 years later.
I would have demanded a written apology. That way I have it. And also,
you know what, if I'd gotten one, I would have it, I'd frame it. I'd put it up in my bedroom, and I'd be like, there's the apology.
I would have it and turn around and sue that company. You have a lawsuit, man. That was a lawsuit.
I got a lawsuit on my hands still?
I feel like that's a lawsuit. That is a lawsuit waiting to happen with that guy actually still being employed there and working there if he can't control his anger.
Or maybe he's dead. I don't know.
Yeah. How many people do you think you had arguments with that are just dead? And in hell now because of the way they treated you?
I don't know. Hopefully all of them.
You want some lighter news? You want to hear something crazy?
You know what? I want something I can make fun of. So yeah, go ahead.
So, guess what the #1 song in the country is right now?
I'm guessing. Well, is it, can I get a hint? And can I ask you a question for the hint?
Yeah.
Is it a new song?
No.
Okay. Is it from the 80s?
No.
All right.
And that's
it.
Is like one question. You've asked me two, so I'm just saying.
All right. Well, go ahead, because I have no idea.
Famous band. Most famous band in the world.
Oh, the Beatles?
Yeah.
They're #1 right now?
Yeah.
Oh, because they had that song come out. That makes sense.
Now and Then.
Yeah.
#1 song in the. You know what the #2 song in the country is?
Is it the Rolling Stones?
No.
Okay. Because I know they had a big song come out.
It's Mr. Take Your Bitch by Lil Mabu.
Lil Mabu?
Lil Mabu.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
me and Lil Mabu. I mean, he's Lil, so I like him.
You know, the song goes, Mr. Take Your Bitch, take her on a trip, take her to New York, sign her name all on her tits.
No, he does not.
Snap, snap, snap.
He snaps too?
Oh, dude, he does.
Does he dance?
Oh, he does. Like you know, West Side Story, he does that.
Is he wearing? Does he wear a vest at all?
I think he does, actually.
He should wear a sparkly vest with nothing underneath.
He's like 18 and killing it right now. He's like a huge artist right now. He's like this little skinny white dude from New York whose, I think, dad is a record producer or something. And
no,
he's like
now this really can't make any sense.
It's crazy how talented he is.
How can this 18-year-old record producer's son be just crushing the charts?
I think his dad's a record producer. What's crazy is the song features the girlfriend or ex-girlfriend of a rapper called Blueface. Have you ever heard of Blueface Killer?
I've heard of Ghostface Killer.
They are not the same.
Are they related at least?
No.
Are they cousins? Are they kissing cousins?
They're both black. I don't know if they're kissing. Probably. I think they would kiss.
That's good. That's a step in the right direction.
But no, he got this girl pregnant. They had a reality TV show. They broke up, and then just to talk shit, she went and did a song with Lil Mabu, and he's like, "I took your bitch." She's trying to start a beef with Blueface over it, and she's like 30 something, and he's like 18. So it's like the weirdest like relationship, and she's like incredibly crazy and violent and funny at the same time, but she raps on the song.
That is so nice.
And she rhymed
what a breath
when
of...
my water broke to when my water broke. She rhymed.
She just rhymed the same phrase twice?
Yes.
Ew. Quit rap.
So number 2 song in the country. Number 1 song, the Beatles.
That's
and guess
okay.
what? Guess what the number 14th most popular song in the
14th?
country is?
Is it Taylor Swift?
No.
What is it?
Morgan Wallace. Last night we let the liquor talk. You ever heard that song?
Oh, okay.
He's been on the charts forever.
You like that guy?
No, he's racist, I think, but I like that song. I think there's a difference.
You separate the art from the artist?
I do, you know. Yeah.
You're like, he's in a Klan robe, but
Some dictators make the
guy.
best artists. You know, it's just like you never know.
Yeah, you don't ever know.
Talented folks.
I thought about that thing, that whole like, they kicked Hitler out of art school, and like what could have been, and it probably was as simple as that. If he just kept being an artist, that probably wouldn't have happened.
But I think if not for World War I, there'd be no Hitler, because that's where he really lost his shit, I think.
Yeah, but maybe if Hitler had done art, there wouldn't have been World War I either, for all we know.
It's crazy because Hitler was like a part Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like not representative of his Aryan image. It's crazy as shit.
Yeah, he was cuckoo. He was totally cuckoo crazy.
And always on meth. All the German soldiers were on meth.
We should do meth.
I would love to try.
We should try methamphetamine.
But that's like end life stuff. That's late game. Late game build is the meth build. Not early game build.
Our 500th episode, we'll do meth together.
500? Like 2000th episode.
2000th episode, Mokeith Time. It's a meth episode.
It will. And we'll compete to see how many teeth we lose.
Epimethethode.
Epimethethode.
No, we don't need to do that stuff. You know what we do?
We'll just do cocaine on our birthday.
No, we don't do that. We'll do... we'll just...
Honestly, I bet when we're old enough,
tattoos,
caffeine would be crazy.
Do you do caffeine?
I drink a lot. I had 2 cold brews. But I mean, like, when we're older, dude, our hearts might not be able to take as much coffee as I give my body a lot of coffee.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of old people drink like 10 cups a day, right?
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Yeah, those people probably pieced out.
Nah.
They probably paced.
Oh, yeah. I think coffee consumption's going to go down as I get older. And water consumption goes up. For sure.
Dude, yeah, hydrate.
Hydrate.
Had a birthday party this weekend.
Ooh, for who?
For my daughter. She turned 2 years old.
Aww.
She hit the 2. She hit the terrible 2s. She's been practicing though for a few weeks now.
She's been practicing that. Is that your new bit? My little girl just became 2, but she's been practicing for a little while now.
It is for this podcast. Oh.
And she's a woman. Jesus Christ.
That's not making the stage, but yeah, it was a good party, man. She had a good time.
Who showed?
I
wasn't invited.
My parents, my sister, her husband, her daughter.
They're all from Mass too, right?
They drove up, and then Amy had a couple friends come to the party. Shout out to Bonnie, and shout out Heidi
Bonnie
and Heidi.
And Heidi. I thought it was Heather for a second.
Yeah, they came to the party. Yeah, it was good. It was fun. We got her a new baby doll.
You do some grilling?
No.
We got a new baby doll.
Yeah,
Chucky.
Because the old baby doll was just getting chewed up by the dog.
Oh.
Dude, little baby doll's leg was dangling off. I'll probably post a picture. There'll probably be a picture of the baby doll right up here. It's or maybe I'll do a video. You'll be seeing a video of this crazy dangly leg baby doll that my daughter loves still, and we got a little stroller for the baby doll, which she likes to get in, and she wants to be pushed around this little stroller that will explode at some point because it's not for children, it's for a baby doll.
I like the fact you're not buying her like an iPad or anything.
No,
you're
she's
giving your
dude.
Kids
She's two.
Oh my god, dude! People are giving their babies freaking iPads.
No,
dude. That's the one thing. If I ever have a kid, no iPads. I want them playing with Legos. I want them choking on a Lego every once in a while.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. But I'm not gonna let her have an iPad for a while. That seems like an insane thing. She does watch some things on TV, which is tough to. You shouldn't let them, but it's hard. You need a moment sometimes. You gotta just you gotta let the TV be babysitter for a little bit. You gotta keep doing chores. It's just.
Kids I think are fine with TV. I think the whole TV thing's overblown because like a TV, like it's communal. You can talk about what's going on the TV.
You can, but she just is right up against that TV, just like staring at it, like probably 2 feet away from it.
I did that as a kid. I got 20/20 vision. You're good.
20/20. All right.
20/20
All right.
vision.
I guess Mo knows. This has been the newest segment called Mo Knows.
That's how, I'm not a daddy, but I'm a daddy, and
we also got her a really cool we got her this like toy that you get on it and you can like it's like a push car. You can kind of go. You get pushed around, it's got wheels, you go flying, And then it actually has wings on the outside and a propeller in the front. And it's got lights on it, so this propeller spins and the lights go crazy, and it makes like airplane sounds. And she just like goes down goes across the living room on it. She loves it, dude. She went crazy for it. And then we got her birthday cake. She was pissed. She was like, I want to go play with my toys. I don't care about this cake. We're all singing her happy birthday. She's like crying because she's like, no, toys. I don't want cake. I don't care. She doesn't care about cake. Does not care about cake.
No cavities. That's going to save you some money in dentist bills, doctor bills, Yeah,
we just got the checkup. She's looking good.
That's good.
She had a flu shot and something else, and she didn't have any issues. My kid always gets like a fever after those shots. It's a nightmare. It's always a nightmare. But she did great. So she had a really good birthday weekend, which was so much better than last year. Oh my God, terrible. Just awful. She got sick. No one could come to the party because she was sick. It was very sad. It was a very rough one. And this just made it all better. So it's kind of nice to have a real
It's interesting
birthday
to me,
party.
though, like to have a birthday party for her at 2. She's not going to remember any of it.
No.
So it's 100% for like the family to get together, see the baby, and take like good pictures and like, give her a toy or two,
Yeah.
But like,
she got a bunch of stuff, dude.
Yeah, get some stuff out of it. I never really had birthday parties as a kid. My mom, once in a while, because like I got jealous of other kids because their parents would like come during their birthdays in like elementary school and like bring cakes to school.
Oh yeah.
Like my mom did that because I told her other moms did it. And and she's like, "Oh, these bitches," but like she's like, "No, they're bringing cakes. I'm gonna bring cakes. I'm gonna bring meals."
All right,
but
good.
That was the only time she did it for other people. She never really celebrated birthdays growing up. And I have a trick every year that I do is my mom always remembers my birthday, but she remembers it incrementally like 4 weeks after. So like every year it changes, sometimes 3 weeks after. So I always play this game like my birthday passes and I wait for my mom to randomly call me and say happy birthday.
That's kind of fun, I guess.
It's like a weird countdown. I have my old boss that I used to work for. He used to set birthdays on his calendar for everybody, so he knows like a week or two before their birthday, so he sends a happy birthday email. and he's like really big on that. Like he wants to make sure everybody knows he knows it's their birthday and he cares. And at that point when you do that, but he somehow found out, he thought my birthday was on October 29th. So every year for like 2-3 years straight, he always emailed me on October 29th saying happy birthday. And I would always correct him and say my birthday is December 29th. And he would, he sent that email like 2 years in a row. It's like the one thing I make fun of him of every year, even now that I don't work for him. He'll be like, happy birthday, Mo. Hope everything's good. I'm like, not my birthday.
Nice.
Thanks for the thought.
Nice. That's so. Is there is there a religious reason why you don't celebrate birthdays, or just?
I don't believe there's anything in Islam against birthdays, but I'm sure someone will correct me. But there is in Somali culture, when you're born, they have a giant party for you, and usually they kill like not a camel, but maybe a camel, depending on how special they are, but like a goat or two, and they have like a big meat dinner, and everyone kind of celebrates the birth of a child, a new member of your tribe. But afterwards, you just don't do birthday parties. Nowadays, it's kind of softened over the years. Like some kids, like my younger brother got birthday parties. He'd get, not parties, but like we'd acknowledge his birthday. We'd take him out. We'd buy him stuff.
Yeah.
But I never really had my birthday celebrated after the one or two times she did it because she was jealous of other moms at the elementary school. She never did it again. But no, not really.
Did you ever get like a sick gift for a birthday, or for any good reason to get a gift?
I bought myself gifts. Like as soon as I got a job, I would buy myself like a gift around my birthday, and I would always take my birthday off for like work and stuff. But no, I never got myself. Courtney bought me my first birthday gift from another person. Last year she got me a rice cooker, actually.
A rice cooker. I thought you said something about a race car.
A race car.
I was like, she got you a toy race car? What a weird gift.
She's the best girlfriend ever. She's the best girl. She got me a race car.
I got a race car.
No, it's very cute. She was like very secretive about it. It was expensive rice cooker. It was really
it's
good.
Gotta be expensive.
It's good. One of those Japanese ones that goes ding 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 ding.
Did it come with a Japanese lady?
It did. It came with a Japanese lady that I cheated with her.
Whoa, nice, dude. Yeah.
No. That's so racist. No, actually, I did have an ex-girlfriend.
For you listeners right now, Mo's doing the eyes. Okay, so.
Well, and my friends would get together. My friends never like bought me gifts, but we always got together. My college friends would come over during my birthday because it was the 29th, the holiday season, so they would be in town.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to a Christmas party?
Yeah. I've only gone to one. It was Anders, actually. Anders invited me. That was my first and only Christmas party.
Yeah. Would you ever go to another one?
Are you trying to invite me to one?
No.
I'm doing something for my girlfriend's family.
You'll probably do that one. Yeah.
Why?
You're getting in the spirit. I'm not doing any. I'm not having a party. I just was curious. I'm just curious. I like them. I think they're fun.
Anders' party was fun. I did feel a little like I don't celebrate the holidays, so it did feel like a little weird.
Yeah.
I had fun. Anders is a friend of mine. So
You felt like maybe you were faking it to make it a little bit?
I didn't have anything else to do at the time, and I think I was dealing with a pretty bad breakup too. So mentally, I think I was down for the idea of it all.
Is that why you just shed a tear?
No, I shed a tear because my eyes hurt.
Oh,
no, I'm over that. It takes a while, dude, to get over that stuff. I remember I just was like in a haze for like a year and a half.
Yeah, breakups they can really suck and put a damper on things, and parties can sometimes get you out.
Yeah, not really, but it was fun. It was fun to drink and hang out with them, but it was a good time.
Mo, do you want to have a Christmas party? Should we do a Christmas episode?
What are you doing Christmas Day?
I don't know yet, but most likely going down to Massachusetts.
Doing a podcast. I'm down to do a Christmas pod. What do you want me to dress up as Black Santa?
You want to be Black Santa?
You want me to be Black Santa?
Oh man, be Black Santa. That sounds fun.
Black Santa Claus.
And I'll be Mrs. Black Santa.
I gotta check with my local imam on that one. Is that allowed? I don't know. Is that permissible? Mufti Mink, can you tell me if that's permissible?
Being Black Santa?
Being Black Santa?
I bet you could be Black Santa just for cosplay purposes.
How do you know that's appropriate though?
What do you mean? It's just cosplaying.
Just got. Who knows, man?
Probably the way you know about how children can watch TV is probably about the same way.
Well, I was a child.
Yeah.
Who watched TV, who got that close to TVs. And these were TVs back in the 90s, so you know they had a bit of uranium in them.
Yeah.
And...
What?
Well, your TV didn't have uranium?
I don't know. No? What?
My TV had uranium. But, like, it gives you a little bit of superpowers. You're good, man. I got 20/20 vision.
20/20 vision.
I got 20/20 vision. I think iPads are really bad for kids, man, because it's just, like, constantly, like... You're this close to a screen and you're hitting buttons all the time and you're obsessed with it and it's always next to you versus like a TV is communal. You're in a room with a TV. You're with other people, with your dog, with your mom, with your dad. Everyone can listen to what you're hearing. Like there's no like you're putting headphones on and you can be on whatever website you want.
Yeah.
Like it's just like...
Well, like that's... Yeah. I mean, families... Back in the in the 40s and earlier when there was radio, the family would gather on the radio. You'd all listen to the radio together.
I still think a good radio, dude. I think radio is one of those things that's timeless. I feel like good radio can stick around for a while.
Do you?
Yeah.
What kind of good radio?
Like good talk radio is great. Like, have you ever played Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I play Grand Theft Auto.
Every time I play Grand Theft Auto,
yeah,
I am always listening to the talk shows.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to the music in the cars. I'm on the radio. I immediately go to the talk show.
Yeah.
Laszlo, I'm a fan of Laszlo, and it's good. It's good.
It's really good.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not comfortable for you?
No, I love it.
I'm secure in my sexuality. How about you?
I'm totally insecure, and I'm loving every minute of it.
No, radio's
I knew I'd win.
Yeah, you won.
I won.
I thought I'd get you with the insecurity. But really I'm insecure. Ha.
Ha ha ha. No, but there'll be podcasts I'm sure that families can listen to and hang out with and maybe shut the screen off. Like
certain Twitch shows are even better. Like I like
no, the whole point you don't no screen.
Yeah.
Is there Twitch radio?
Maybe.
No, there's not.
I like calling in. I think the calling in thing. Have you ever called into like a radio station or something?
I've called in somewhere before. I have, yeah.
I like that aspect of it, like live. Anyone can call in. You know, they vet you a little bit, and then like you're talking live with people, and you're engaging in a public discourse. You know, nobody's seeing each other, nobody's seeing what they look like.
Is there a good show to do this?
Oh, NPR. NPR is the best, especially main calling, dude. That's the best. I love main calling. Shout out main calling NPR, man, because I've called in. I only called in once actually, and I did it during my lunch. And I was talking about how much I hated my job at the time and how much I wanted to be a teacher. And I would love to have been a teacher, but being a teacher is so economically inefficient for me. And like, I need to make more money than that. And they were talking about ways of like making it better to be a teacher. And the person listening to that podcast was my boss.
Dude, and that rules.
That podcast, that radio station, he like was like, Jesus Christ, I didn't know you were so unhappy.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a thing where, like, a lot of people are just putting on a happy face at work, and then if their bosses had any idea of how they really felt, they might be shocked.
I don't think they would be shocked, because I feel like there has to be a little bit of personal responsibility when you go to work. Like, you're going to be, like, unhappy. Like, if your job is what is fulfilling you, and, like, you don't own your own business or work for, like, you know, a company that you like love, like is your passion, then it's okay to have a job you're not happy with. Like it's normal. Like that's shouldn't be the only way you get satisfaction. Like there has to be like a degree of like, we were talking about it last week with like customer service and like 2023, it's like you go to a restaurant, you go to a place, like you really don't know what's going to happen customer service wise, because people get really mad and like, you know, employees seem to like be more and more okay with kind of like blurring the lines there. And even call centers. Like, I remember I called into a place and I was getting so much crap for a warranty that I was trying to use. And it's just like, your job's your job. Just do it. It's like not always going to be fun. It's not always going to be great. Just do your job. And you hope other people will do their job when you call into places. Like,
when you need the person to do the job, hopefully,
they're professional.
We're all trying to do the job so that other people who need a person who's doing a job do a good job. Does that make sense?
I think that makes sense. Also, like, obviously fight the power, burn the system down, and but don't be a dick about it. Like, don't hurt other people,
Yeah.
Like, quit. If you don't like your job, quit. Find another job.
It's true, and it's probably hard to do, though. A lot of people just hate looking for jobs, man. I hate looking for jobs.
I feel like you can always, like, if you're not out the door yet, you can always just look around, take your time with it, build your resume up, take advantage of stuff at your job, like employee reimbursement for schools. Like, every job nowadays has some sort of program where they'll reimburse you $1,000 or $2,000 for schools. For going to school. Like, you just have to make it related to what you do. Mm-hmm. And like, even Hannaford had that back in the day, I think. Like, as long as no they didn't, but Walmart does now. I think it's up to $5,000 a year where you get reimbursed for going to school. So like, I think there are ways out of that shit. You just have to, I don't know, you have to pick yourself up by your bootstraps and just be white, and you'll be fine.
You heard it here. Be white and you'll be fine.
White is right. Amen.
I think that you should watch this cool TikTok of like a 22-year-old girl that like just started working 40-hour work weeks and was flipping out. Did you see that or hear about that video?
No.
This really young woman was just like basically on the verge of tears because she has like she's like, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to like work 40 hours in a week? Like, I don't have time to do anything. Like, I'm commuting to work and then I'm just going to bed. I have no time to do anything at all. I can't keep up with my chores. Like, how does anyone do this working all these hours in the week? And it's like, it's funny because you think about it in a couple of ways. You're like, what are you doing? Like, that's just life. That's just how it's got to be. That's how we all live, That's how we all have. That's how society works. But it's like, people made the society. Like, we can change it so you have more time. Like, get rid of the 40-hour work week.
Because we're working on it.
It used to be, you used to have to work like 100 hours in a week. Like, back in the, early 1900s and before, like, working 100 hours in a week for the man in the house was like not that rare.
So contrary to what I was saying earlier, I went to school, and with the economics department we had at our school, they were really left leaning. So I'm like, that's where it kind of how I view things in that like socialist viewpoint. But like, there's a great writer by the name of Richard Wolff, who talks about this quite often, that Europe makes it work with 4-day work weeks, shorter work days, and they're still efficient. It's just like, people just are more efficient when they work. Companies have happier employees. And I also think like there should be a societal expectation that we have to shift, because for that to work, like for there to be like better hours, reasonable workloads and stuff like that, Americans would have to shift a lot of their expectations in service. And I think we have a lot of those expectations, same as my rant earlier, because we're expected to give that same type of service in our respective roles, right? We're trying to get what we believe we give, or what we're owed, right? That's why like people who get the most mad at like bad customer service typically work, customer service jobs, or like whatever, like they take it really seriously.
Yeah.
And the thing is, in Europe, they have all these benefits, right? But also, stores close earlier. Nothing's open on a Sunday if you go to like the Netherlands or Amsterdam. I was there for a summer. Like nothing's open on Sunday. You can't do anything on Sunday. They're all resting. They're all chilling. Things close earlier. So you have to like kind of live your life a certain way. Like you have to accept that part of it all where things shift. Your expectations have to shift quite a bit. And I think Americans aren't ready for that. I think Americans are far too invested in the fast life and like things being available, things being open all the time, like the Waffle House is being open 24/7.
Oh, the Waffle House.
The fucking Waffle House Index. Have you heard of that?
No.
Talked about every single day. People talk about it all the time. That freaking FEMA determines how bad a natural disaster is by whether or not the Waffle Houses in the area close, because Waffle Houses never close. They freaking open during hurricanes and tornadoes and stuff. And
tornadoes, they're serving waffles.
Oh yeah, Waffle House is proud of this. Waffle House at one point said that they don't even have locks in the doors because they're open 24/7 every single day. Waffle House will always be open. That's their brand.
Aren't
Waffle
they closed
House
on Christmas
always
though?
be open. Are they open on Christmas or closed on Christmas?
I guess I'm not a great person to know that answer to that, but I'm pretty sure they're closed on Christmas.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Their whole thing is they're open every single day, though, or more than any other place would be.
Right. Which I think, well, I know LL Bean doesn't have locks on the doors either.
They're always open?
Freeport, yeah, they're 24/7.
I never knew they were 24/7, actually.
Yeah.
Who wants to go to an LL Bean at like 1 a.m.?
People who are going to go hunt. Get up early, go get a new rifle, and
they sell rifles at
LL
Bean?
Bro, you ever been to LL Bean?
No.
You live in Maine.
I ordered my bean boots online.
You got
like a commoner.
We got to do a road show where we go to LL Bean.
I know someone in LL Bean.
All right. Well, we'll have to go. We'll have to go make the trek up
make
to
a
LL Bean.
pilgrimage.
Yeah, do the pilgrimage.
Do we have to wear all white and like
15
fast
minutes.
for 30 days before we go?
I hope so.
Yeah.
30 days of fasting? That's a long time.
Oh.
Straight?
We're doing our pilgrimage too.
That's true. They have trout there. We could just eat a trout.
Straight fish.
They got real fish there. They're swimming around. You put your head in. There's like a big tank of trout. Like you can go crawl underneath, and then you go in. And there's like a bubble, and you can go like look at the trout from like inside.
So do they have clothes for like, voluptuous men?
Voluptuous, yeah.
Vunctious.
Voluptuous?
Yeah, what you said.
Yeah.
English isn't my first language.
Yeah. I love that's but we've talked about this specific word on a previous episode.
I have autism.
Lying about autism. Great.
You don't know.
Good thing to add to the resume. Anyway.
How neurotypical are you, buddy?
You'd nail it if you had autism. But anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the sweetest thing you've ever said to me.
Yeah, you'd nail it. But yeah, they got there's all kinds of people that they're in the business of selling clothes. They got you covered, man.
I don't think they have big clothes, man. You
don't think so?
You got clothes for big boys?
LL Bean, if you're listening, just write in the comments. Let us know.
Sponsored by LL Bean.
You got little clothes? Yeah, they got the kids section. You ever go up to Freeport?
Yeah.
You gotta go to LL Bean. Just hop on in.
Nah, I'm good. I don't want to go to LL Bean.
Oh, all right.
I don't want to go to LL Bean. I want to go to the New Balance store. I want some New Balances.
You can adjust to that dad life?
They're comfy. They're also fashionable. There are a lot of good New Balance shoes. I wouldn't get like the white New Balances with like a little bit of grass on them, but
they come custom made with the grass stains on there.
Yeah, of course. That would be fun.
I've never owned a pair.
You don't have I have a pair of New Balances. They're awesome.
Can I have them?
No.
All right. You think they'd fit me?
What
size are you? 9? 9.5?
You think I'm size 9?
I don't know. You got little feet. You got little tiny feet.
Sir.
What you got? What you working with?
I wear size 13.
Size 13? I bet I know how big your foot is.
What?
13 inches.
How'd you know?
I have no idea.
Do you have little 9-inch feet?
No, it's not. I got dozen inches. 9-inch feet. What? There's no way. 9-inch feet? That's so small. What is this? 9 inches?
I think that's 6 inches.
That's 6?
I think that's 6 inches right there. I think 9 inches is like there, right?
Let me just whip it out real quick and find out.
Get your ruler. Let's find out.
I have a ruler tattooed on my
On your penis.
on my penis.
So they know. They knew what I'm
So
saying.
everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry. That was lewd.
I think we need to be lewder, man.
Lewd jokes.
Just like have straight pornography playing in the back on the green screen. I mean, oh my god, I told them.
That's okay. I'll bleep green screen out so they'll think it's something else.
Well, just my OnlyFans on the background.
The Monly fans.
The OnlyFans. For the molies. For the molies. Yeah, comedy shows. You'd mentioned at one point that you were on a weird one or a good one.
Oh yeah, comedy shows. Yeah, so I had a show last week and I was opening for this comedian, Hunter Hill, who's a Los Angeles comedian, and he happens to open for Eliza Schlesinger a lot. He was like, he opened for her at Merrill Auditorium, at TD Garden. He knows he's been doing some big venues, opening for her. And so this guy is coming to Portland, needed an opener. I got the call. I was excited, met the guy, cool guy. We're hanging out in the green room before the show, talking comedy, having a good chat. He has a friend coming who's like a talent buyer for all these venues, for like Merrill Auditorium. He like buys gets the contracts, the comedians and whatever big comedians work with him and stuff. And he was like, oh yeah, this is a guy that you want to know. And I'm like, okay, cool. He comes in, hit it off with this guy. We're having laughs. We're telling stories. We're all having a good time. And then the show's about to start. And they're like, all right, yeah, kill it, man. You have a good set. And I was like, feeling really good. I was like, yeah, it's like a full room. This is going to go great, And like set my camera up and had a couple friends of the show. I was really like looking forward to the show. And I get out there and just like crickets. Just brutal. Dude, the crowd was like, they either hated me or just it was like dead. And they were just really
smelled the
tight.
happiness.
They were really tight, or something was going on. I mean, maybe I was off, but I felt like I brought my normal, normal energy, normal.
You plugged
vibe.
the podcast, obviously, right?
Oh yeah, I was plugging it. I plugged it about 5 or 6 times during the show. I was
Hey,
like,
that's the
by the
problem.
way, you're gonna want to check out that Mo Keith time. It's a good pod. It's probably better than this set.
Sorry.
No, it was brutal, and I was like, and this guy that I'm like, oh, this is the guy. He knows all the people. This is gonna be a good opportunity for me. I'm gonna make a good connection tonight, because like every other show that's been like a bigger like that kind of show for me has always gone well. That's the first time where I was just kind of like, oh god, this sucks. Like it was one of those ones where they're laughing at your punchlines, but it's like they giggle and then they stop, and then it's just silent in the room for like the next 10 seconds till you hit another punchline, and then you get a couple laughs and then it stops again, and it's just like brutal, man. You just can't get a roll. You can't get them going. Like, I mean, I did close strong. I got big laughs at the end. That was all good.
What joke did you do at the end?
I did my wrists joke.
Oh, that's a great joke. I like that joke.
It's usually my closer, and did well. Brought him up. Even
favorite
him
joke
came
is-
on stage was like a little. He felt like it was a little cold too, but I think he might have just been saying that. But yeah, there was some lulls in his set too. But he did so much better than me. I mean, I'm not even gonna try to act like my set was like equal to what. No, he did way better. He had like his fans were there for him. That was like he had like a bunch of fans like that came
Beautiful.
out to the show. It was beautiful. People drove 2 hours to see him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there was like
Well, that
people-
explains it. They weren't there for you.
they
And you
weren't
bit
there
the
for
bullet.
me. I took the bullet. There was no one else on the show. It was just literally
It was
me
just
and
you
him.
Dude, that explains all of it.
Okay.
Like, yeah. You bit the bullet. They weren't there for you. You drive 2 hours to see a guy. Like, it's like, going to... Like, I went to go see Danny Brown and JPEG Mafia perform, and the opener was some lady from California who, like, her thing was, like, she was a DJ that codes live music while you watch, and I hated her. I'm not here for you. Didn't like that lady.
Yeah.
I'm there for Danny Brown. Like, they were there for the Hunter, They weren't there for
Yeah, and there were people that came up and said that I was funny, but it's really when you don't feel good about your set and people come up and compliment you,
It feels awful.
it's the worst ever. It's so bad.
Because it feels like a fucking consolation prize, right? Like, it feels like people feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you closed strong. You said you closed strong.
I
They
did.
laughed at the wrist joke, right?
I got the big laughs on the wrist joke. They all laughed at that stuff. It was good.
I think it's how you... They never remember how you start. I think the worst feeling is when you're crushing it in the beginning. And then you end.
Oh, and you end dead?
Quiet.
Oh my god, that is horrible.
That makes you... I would
Oh no,
that's the
dude.
worst
That would have been
feeling.
a full-on nightmare if I did that.
Oh my god!
If my
They end clapping, that's
okay.
good.
Yeah, they
That's
did.
So
No, it was
good.
good. They laughed big on the end, the last couple jokes, but leading up to it, it was a tough ride up the hill, man. But you're right.
Saying
It didn't end-
goodbye to silence,
to
saying
say-
hi, I'm Mo
That
Wally
was
to
it
like
for
crickets.
me. Okay, that didn't happen. That did not happen.
Oh man,
So that was that.
I have literally I've had that happen, and I've walked straight out to a bar. I
my God.
didn't even stay. I left.
But it was bad enough where like I only talked to a couple people in the audience after the show. I was hanging out front, like I wasn't like going to hide, like I wasn't like scared or anything,
Yeah.
like. But I didn't go out front and take a picture of the marquee because the marquee had my name on it. That's the only time my name's ever been on a marquee, which I really wanted to take a picture of that, but I didn't. Oh well. It's fine. I didn't want to really remember that gig. It's kind of a gig I want to forget.
You should have kept the marquee, man. You ended strong. If you end strong, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good if you end strong.
Yeah.
And Hunter liked you, right? And then the Booker liked you.
He was nice. He was nice. We chatted a little bit afterwards.
It is hard to tell because comics.
But the Booker, though, I will say the Booker didn't look me in the eye after that. He basically I was invisible for the rest of the night with him because I get it. He thinks I'm gonna like use any kind of inkling because he's like a big deal in books. He might be someone who would need like a local opener, like for a bigger show. And if I had crushed it, then maybe I'd be more apt to be like, hey, like, let me get your information. But didn't happen. It's fine. I asked Lucas, who runs Empire Comedy Club, if he knew him. He does
Lucas.
know him, and he was like, I'm sure he'll be here for comedy shows. He'll see that you don't suck. And I'm like, all right, that'll make me feel better.
And also, like, in the end of the day, you're good. You're funny. And who cares? Like, I think
cared so much.
so many bookers, like, not to hate on bookers, but most of the bookers I've met, you've met way more than I have, oftentimes, like, I feel bad for them because they're constantly harassed by comics. If you're a comedy booker, God bless you, because you just get harassed and harassed. Like, I've produced a couple of shows, and I still get so many messages like, "Hey, when can I do this show? When can I do that? Is it cool if I do that?" And it's just like, it's so tough to say no, and it's also tough to like ignore these people because they will keep messaging you.
Yeah.
So God bless any booker. I totally understand if he was like worried you just harass them or something, but like. Most of them, I have performed really badly in front of bookers and it still had me back. Like, there's like, yeah, we'll get you back. Because, like, I feel like in the end of the day, they know what you're going for. They get, like, if a room is cold or warm or what the deal is. And I think it'd be stupid to, like, judge a comic off of, like, one bad performance.
Oh, they do, and it's gonna happen, and that's definitely what happens. And like especially these like bigger name comics, like if you eat it in front of them, like they're not gonna talk to you the rest of the night. I mean, the other thing is they'll probably forget you exist. So if they ever meet you again, they won't remember. Then you could do well, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, this guy."
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't met that many anyway, but it's like, thankfully I don't perform that badly often for shows that really matter. I usually suck really badly at like, I really suck at like, dude, I don't know how to perform in front of like 3 people.
Oh, it's brutal.
I don't know how to do it.
But that's the thing. This was a full like I've never had a rough one in that. That was like, it was. I just couldn't even. I think that made it all even worse, just because I couldn't believe packed house.
Everyone I think it's in your head. You ended strong. If you're telling me they clapped and laughed at the end of your like set, then you're fine. That's all they remember.
Okay.
That's all the audience members only remember. I think the last 5 to 2 minutes of your set. I don't think they remember the whole thing. Like, unless you're crushing it, like,
which I wanted to do so badly.
You ended strong. You did your job.
Yeah, I got them warmed up for the headliner.
That's the worst, dude. When you bring in a headliner cold.
Oh, I'm glad I got laughs at the end though. That's a good point.
I
did get the laughs at the end.
That's the worst feeling.
Okay.
You're just in your head because of the booker and like booker for Merrill Auditorium. Like, yeah, you know, you'll get booked elsewhere, man.
I know. I got that. I got the once they announce it, I'm on the first show at Empire Comedy Club.
It's a shit
featuring, so that'll be sweet. And we got a show, me and you, coming up. We got Friday, November 24th. It's a couple weeks away. It's in Auburn. And
I'm doing a show in Auburn?
Yeah, man. You agreed to it.
Oh.
Now he remembers.
Oh. Yeah. I'm excited for that.
It's called the Double Mic Doorbusters Comedy Blowout. That's what it's called, right? Double Mic Doorbusters Comedy Blowout.
Double Mic Doorbusters.
And you can go to GreatFallsComedyClub.com.
Join us in Great Falls Marketing.
And then you can get tickets there. Come see us. We'd love to see you. And you got a show coming up this Friday.
Yeah, this probably won't air by the time we...
It will.
It will? Oh,
it sure will.
I have a show in Brunswick. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm featuring...
He doesn't even know what he's doing.
Or if I'm probably just going to open. But, yeah, going to try some newer material and do some stand-up. Come join us, you know. I typically just trauma dump for 10 to 20 minutes. That's my stand-up. I just trauma dump for 10 to 20 minutes. I talk about, relatable things like being circumcised, you know?
Yeah, it's cool, neat stuff.
Yeah, talking about my pee-pee a lot.
That's good.
Yeah. How's your pee-pee doing?
It's been good lately.
I'm a little cold.
Okay.
My pee-pee's cold.
All right, well, you got to warm it up. But, yeah, this has been Mo Keith time.
Mo Keith time. Love you.
Love you.